Hello, 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 everyone. We are live. Yay! I missed y'all. Anyway, it's your girl, Montique, Callie, and Dr. Joy, pre PhD. We're here to talk about, is it called Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Yes.
Season 8, episode 11, titled Nell-Raiser.
Yep.
How y'all doing?
Good in the hood.
Everything good in the hood. Everything we say is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. We're going to have some fun. Um, do we still do the chat stick moment? I don't have one. Do y'all have one?
This week,
I don't
I
have a
mean,
chat stick. Did y'all
other
see that
than
someone else in Tisha's family died?
Yep.
who?
I didn't see. I just saw it. It
She
just
just
came
said it was a
across.
cousin. One of her cousins died.
Was it one of her cousins?
They
Mm-hmm.
say it happens in threes.
They
Death happens
do.
in threes. That's close though. That's within a
Because it was her aunt.
30-day period. Because
That's
Kiki,
scary.
because the aunt died a week before
Yes.
Kiki, and then Kiki, and now somebody else. That's scary.
That's scary.
I didn't
That's
hear
a lot on
that,
one family.
but I
But
ain't
I don't
really
have.
been on the
Is anything
internet a
else
whole
happening?
lot today.
What about Nelly and Ashanti and their reality TV show? Would y'all watch it?
Well, didn't he already have a
Definitely, but I
reality
hate
show?
He did.
no.
He
Yes, he
had one
did.
He
before.
had
Nellyville?
he had one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Was
I
he
didn't
with
watch it.
his
With
other girlfriend then and the kids?
Oh, did it? Was it another girlfriend in it? See, I didn't watch
yeah,
it.
different
Yeah.
girlfriend. Hmm.
Oh, see, no, he don't need to do that again.
Yeah,
I
because
don't.
it
I
was
don't think so
crazy
either.
because the girlfriend that he had the show with at the time, we were surprised because he had just broke up with that one girl that used to be on the game.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle Dennis? No,
I don't know her name, but
was
the
it the
one,
one who he cheated on Melody with?
yes, one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Javon. She was married to Javon. Javon.
Javal, yeah.
I just remember that. Because she used to be in St. Louis all the time. My girlfriend's daughter used to work at Fretneck, which is like the high-end mall here in St. Louis. And she got a ton of money just to cater to her. Just to cater to her. I can't remember what store she used to work at, but
Cater food or suck up to
oh
her.
no, he was shopping for her. So
Okay.
basically, she just took her because she was a personal shopper.
Okay.
So she sometimes, if they knew that you were coming and you have to learn their clients, you would get things together. That don't necessarily mean they would buy it, but you kind of
Mm-hmm.
bring in the good stuff to them, you know. And she I want to say she paid her $100 just to help her to the car with stuff. Like it was
Okay,
crazy.
how do we get this
But
job?
right, I said the same. She don't work there no more. That was when girl. That was so long ago. The game that was when the first set of the game because they had three sets of it. That was the
Oh,
first set because
what?
remember it was three sets of the game. The UPN CW. Then it came back on BET. Then it came back a few years ago on Paramount
Yeah, I saw. I remember the Paramount
because
one.
that's the only reason. Yeah, that's the only reason why I bought Paramount because of the game. I just end up liking it. But yeah,
But yeah, well, hopefully
but
they
yeah,
won't
other
break
than
up because reality TV's not good to me for relationships.
couples, yeah, it's not. I will say this: whenever I write books, every time I see them, I smile because I like the jovialness of their relationship.
Uh huh.
Every time you see them singing, they're smiling. I love what they are representing. I hate to have to see the real. It
Oh
kind of
God, could you
tarnishes.
imagine seeing the real?
Yeah, it tarnishes your
Mm-hmm.
image. I think that same thing is happened with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You know, they were in so many rap songs, and they were considered a you know, the epitome of black love.
Yeah,
And when Jada started doing table talk, I think that's really why people are mad at her. They won't admit it, but I really do think because we put them on a pedestal and we
that's
like
true.
having them on that pedestal. And what she did was, you know, I don't think she meant to do it, but she inadvertently kind of tore it away a little bit at a time. I
She did.
respect I respected it because it was her truth. Um, and I don't know if I would be so eager to hold somebody down who I know is also sleeping with somebody else as well.
Not I.
So it
But yeah.
is. So
Well, all right. Well, we threw in
yeah,
some chat sticks of the moment of the week. So how would y'all rate this
yeah.
episode?
I give it a 4.
I was gonna say a two.
Maybe because I hadn't watched it. Because I hadn't watched it in probably 2 weeks. So it was like kind of new to me. So I was like, this may be a 6. So it was that bad.
It was just
It's just,
boring.
yeah, it was just boring. It was, you know, I don't understand where we're going with Tricia and the
Yeah.
ex instead of to like a psychological
He is
hospital.
kind of cute though. He is kind of. I'll give you that. Y'all said he was cute. He ain't
Hmm.
bad. He ain't bad on the eyes, and I like the bald head with a beard.
Oh, the
He need
yeah,
to let it
the
go out
yeah.
a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we'll start. Y'all ready?
I ain't even noticed that Marsau had a bald head. I just realized it.
What? Because he
I'm
normally wears a
watching.
hat sometimes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen, and I noticed that he was bald head, and then they went to Marsau. I don't know. I like Mark. He's my favorite on
I
here, but
know.
I don't look at him as a sexual being. For
No,
some
I hope
reason,
not,
everybody
because he's not.
look. Callie was pissed off at me when we did this show last week because everybody want to sleep with Marcel. You know, she was so pissed about it.
I was pissed about people wanting to sleep with Marcel.
No, I kept saying because everybody want to sleep with Marcel. You was like, stop. Oh,
I
everybody
don't
want to
even
sleep with Marcel.
remember.
It was
You know she don't. Kelly don't remember from yesterday.
Mm-mm,
when
mm-mm,
I
So
so
when I
don't.
played it back in my car, I was cracking up. You was like, you can stop
what are you
saying
doing, dog? All right.
That is
So
so
the
funny.
show starts off with okay, Nell and her family. I didn't watch it last week, so maybe I'm missing something. But do you think they could have their own show?
I think they should have their own show, but when Nell she seems like such a sweet person until she starts whining. And so this to me, this episode, she just whined, and I don't need this. And then I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe they don't need their own show. It seems like it would all be focused around Nell and her, her short temper. So I like them. I would love to hear more about Lance and his business, and I
Uh
would
huh.
love to, the Chris Jr. has a job now where he's a supervisor. I would love to hear all that, but in the end, I think it would focus on now, and we know what we're going to get from now.
I mean, to me, I seen it to me, and I didn't watch the last week, so I don't know what all they talked about. But it
Hmm.
seems like they are guilty, and it's wearing them down, and she's frustrated because they are putting this block up and trying not to take care of them anymore. And it's like they crying about not taking care of their grown kid. I don't understand.
And that's it. That because she cried so much. I mean, she literally,
Right.
and so it just kind of threw me. It's like, well, all you have to do is say no, or you don't have it, or I think it's good if you're able to help somebody, your own kids, and that's good. Go and do it. But if it's going to strain you and make you go to that emotional place, then if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your family, no matter what you're putting in their pockets. So I don't know that having her own show, I think it would be a lot of focus on her and her attitude,
Yeah, I don't know. I
and
mean, I
it'll
think I
take
would
away from
watch
her
it.
sweetness. I would too, because she's such a, she seems like a big-hearted, open, nice lady, but it would definitely be. She just, yeah, no.
Them, I just don't understand. I mean, I don't even take care of my daughter as much as they take. I mean, they do every. That's crazy. Do y'all think Nell needs to go to therapy 1-on-1?
Yeah, she don't want to hear that, but absolutely, she does. Hmm. But who doesn't? I mean, they're so we can always look at somebody else and see what we think they need to be in therapy for, but we don't want to see it or we don't want to go ourselves. But yeah, I think it could be helpful. She doesn't really want to be accountable for things. It seems like.
I don't know. It seemed like because I think when she sat down with Mel, they kind of talked about the stigma of it, and I guess we can get to that later. But so
And she
then
cried then too. I was
I
like,
don't understand about why. Okay, why did Marsau meet with this man? Like, what set this up? Was this last week set up? Like, can somebody help me?
no, it wasn't. It's probably
He
something
said
Carlos
that
told him to
he
do.
worked
He
with
said they
him.
knew each other. He worked for him at the
No,
movie theater.
he yeah, he worked for him at some point at the movie theater,
So I
which
guess he was
tells me because he
making
was the
popcorn.
manager. Marcel was the manager.
Right.
So he must
So
have been
what
the
was he
ticket
doing? Sweeping
taker.
the
So
popcorn up? Like, what was
Or,
he doing?
yeah, popcorn maker or ticket taker or you know.
yeah.
Okay, so now it makes sense because I'm thinking, why out of all the men they picked Marceau? What do y'all think
Hmm.
about the
But he was a
conversation?
good person. He was a good person to talk to, I think,
Yeah, but what
Well,
do y'all think
because
about?
the conversation. It's sad that you have we really do have a lot of adult men that really don't understand that concept of being a head of a household. Like it was very clear,
Mm-hmm.
I understood why it looks like he left that Trish was cheating with this dude.
Allegedly, we don't
He
know.
left. I said according to him, he
Oh, okay.
left and he left and since he decided to leave for whatever his reason, he didn't understand that somebody else was going to step in and do a, assault, essentially do his biggest fear, which was to have some other man taking care of his children.
yeah.
And it seems like this guy may not be as ambitious as she would like as well. That's what I'm thinking. When I was listening to him, that's what I
Hmm.
kind of was thinking is that this guy wasn't ambitious.
Yeah,
When
they
you're
definitely
young, you're not
right.
you're not really thinking about future. You thinking about your current feelings. So all I know is he
Hmm.
loved me and I love him. And being in a 1 bedroom apartment is okay when it's just you two. And then even
Mm-hmm.
if you you can handle it. Maybe we'll go up to a 2 bedroom and you'll deal with it. But eventually, I always say this all the time. I be telling my daughter this all the time. Something happens with any woman that makes a decision, when you're not really thinking about the future, somewhere around 27, 28. Because, see, even our friends that go away to college, when they come back, they're struggling to get started too. But then they start think that I kind of liken it to, yeah, we could afford a Altima, so to speak. But you want more than that Altima. And it's nothing wrong with having an Altima. My husband got one. But I'm just saying that's top of what you could do. But at some point you want more, or really
Right.
that empower. You just want more, and you're with somebody that's just not a goal of his, or he doesn't know how to get it. He's not a dreamer. He's not a go-getter. So you don't really know, and you don't even know.
Well, and
That's why
they got together when they were, what did you say, 18 years
They
old,
were
yeah,
like in high school, right?
right? And
baby.
because she
Yeah.
was pregnant, right?
I
So,
think so.
when you get into situations like that at a young age and you're staying because of the kids, it's not surprising to hear them go separate ways as early as they did. It also happens when people get married at a young age. I got married at 23.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Oh
grow.
yeah.
That's such a young age. You grow apart.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Hmm.
When you're 18 years old, we think that's grown. We
Right.
think we
Mm-hmm.
got it, and we make these decisions, these sometimes lasting decisions at
Right.
such a young age, not realizing that something happens when you're about 27, 28. You want more, and it happens more with Black women around that age. That's why I bet you if we did some statistics to see how old a lot of black women are going to school. They're in their 20s. They're later part of their 20s. I bet you it's more that go back then because
Like a
something
light
happened.
bulb goes off. Like
Yeah,
I gotta, yeah.
I got to do something else because I want more than just this two-bedroom apartment. And again, it's
Mm-hmm.
nothing with a two-bedroom
It's
apartment.
not
I'm just saying, you want a little bit, even if you're in a two-bedroom, you want to be in a two-bedroom apartment in a certain district
in a
or in
neighborhood,
a
right?
in
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in a certain neighborhood.
Yep.
You know, something something happens with black women. I see it all the time.
But
But
another thing that she said, I'm sorry, Joy. Go ahead.
nothing. I was just
Oh,
gonna say that that's why I encourage people to go early. Go to school early and to
but
get
another
all that
thing,
out.
well, another thing with him is like her mom passed away. Like three of her family members passed away, and
Oh
he was
yeah.
out in them streets. Like he wasn't even. I don't. I feel like something wasn't right with him.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because I said it last week, but I agree. There's something off. There's something off.
Right.
He
You
said
sure did
he
say
didn't realize until then. He said he didn't realize until then that he didn't really have empathy. He said when those people died, he had never had anyone die, so he didn't really understand what that meant. Um, yeah, but I said exactly that last week. Something
Did
just
you?
seems really
Yes.
off about
yeah, she
him.
did. Because every time I see
Mhm.
somebody, it's so many posts that's like this dude is slow and the
Mhm.
Yeah.
W
I
just
mean, something ain't
drags.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
And I
true.
just understand. So he said he didn't agree. And one thing he was like, I don't like him being in the house. I don't like him taking care of my kids. And I'm thinking, but I mean, and Marcel was just like really upfront, and I kind of liked it, but then I kind of felt sorry for the dude. But he was like, but you left.
Yep.
What did you expect her to do? Not have anybody move in or not have another man? Like, what did he think was going to happen? And he went all the way to Atlanta. Like, he ain't even in Huntsville anymore.
Yeah.
And the way he dropped his head and was looking all down when Marsau was talking to him, I mean, to me, it was as if Marsau was talking to his oldest son. I mean, it was
Hmm.
weird. It was weird to me.
How old is he? Do we know?
He's got to be in his 30s. They're in their mid 30s, it seemed like.
And
Weird.
it's yeah, I think yeah.
But I mean, I
Hmm.
can understand. Is she Should she stop her kids from calling Ken dad, or
I
is
wouldn't have
that
done
crossing the line?
I think so. Now I do think that only because they're not married, and she's literally married to somebody else.
Right, she's
That's
still married to their dad.
Joy, you said you think she should stop her kids from calling him dad?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily tell them to stop, but I wouldn't have never asked my children to call somebody daddy, and I'm
Did
married
she
to.
ask him though?
We don't know. Like, where did that come from? I wonder.
See, I think
Usually,
that's
it's a
something natural.
conversation. Evenly, it's a No, it was a conversation. Oh God, I'm gonna admit this. I remember asking my stepmother, "Can I call her mom?"
Did
Well,
you?
I actually remember asking her that. And
Oh,
my brother called, and I don't know if it was like a conversation. I have no idea, but I know that my stepbrother called my father because it was my father and his mother that got married, and he called my daddy, and I call his mother mom. I still do. I just talked to her today.
I never asked or suggested. I mean, I think it's all natural. So my stepdad, I just called him dad right off the bat because that's what he was to me. But I was young when, I think I was like 7 when he came around, and then he died when I was 18. So he was my dad the whole time. But when I was a step parent, I never asked her to call me mom. I just let her call me whatever she wanted to call me. I don't,
Yeah, I
I
never
think that's
called my
something that should be
stepfather a
natural, but
dad. Yeah, I
I
called
won't. I
him
mean, I
dad.
don't know. It could be the
I
only
called
dad. Well, he said his daughter told him that him leaving the family messed up the family. She said that she hated him. And I'm thinking, when is he having these conversations with his daughter? Like, what type of conversations is he having with her? It seemed like they don't even really have a relationship for her to just kind of exclude him. Even when after Father's Day when he came, and she was making it seem like to the teachers that Ken was her daddy. They were
Yeah.
like, "You drive the trucks." I mean, I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird to me. I don't
And he
know.
said it was
That
2 years since he had spoke to his daughter or something. He said two
Right.
years. So in that
he been
time frame, he
he been
shouldn't
here.
question. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he shouldn't. A lot of things happen in 2 years. He shouldn't even
yeah.
really question why she's doing something for somebody she sees as her
And I'm sure the
father.
kids have either heard or seen their mom. She's probably said things around them because parents don't really think. We
Mhm.
always talking around our kids. And it's quite possible that they've seen her like cry, and it
Um.
makes you resentful. It will make you resentful. So why are you coming here in 2 years? You ain't been here. Like I've heard those conversations before. Like so
Yeah.
been here for me when I needed my tire turned, whatever.
Mhm.
Here, whatever the situation is. But that does happen because when my husband was a teacher, my step brother is the same has the same name as my stepfather, and he had a student, and the student they had you have to at the first day of school you have these cards, these emergency cards. You try to get their number before a situation get bad because they
Mhm.
give it to you when it's a bad situation, so you try to get their number early. So he was doing his his cards so you can have it on deck. This is probably before we did the online sis. It was. Now we can just pull it up on a computer. But anyway, on her card, it had my stepfather's name.
What?
So he called me on the phone like, "Who is this girl?" And I said, "I wonder. I think that's. I don't want to say his name.
Right. Uh-huh.
Junior's girlfriend." He was like, "Oh, now that makes." She said that was not his father. That was not her father. And
What?
they had only been together like a year or so. Yeah. They
That's
weren't living
crazy.
together or nothing. That's
Mm,
sad.
that's
No,
crazy.
that's sad because you don't have a father to put in there. So you
Right.
put your mama's current boyfriend.
Um.
That's
What? Okay.
sad.
So this
It
is
happens a
another thing
lot
that
too.
I wanted to ask y'all. So Marcel said he didn't want the is his name Marquez or something like that, Marquez, whatever. But he didn't want his
Mm.
daughter going to Ken if she had a bad day and hugging him and having him console her. He rather
That was
him
crazy.
say, "Call your father." What do y'all think about that?
Stupid.
That's
That was stupid. That to
the
me just
stupidest thing.
confirmed
Yes.
his immaturity. Like you a grown man. You have decided to be away from your children for years, not weeks, not months, but
Right.
years. If you wanted that kind of rapport with your daughter, you're not absent for 2 years. You just talking. You're just talking. Sounds good.
I think he would be grateful. I mean, and I feel like because Marcel said you should be thanking him.
He did say
Like
that.
this man is putting food on the table, taking care of your kids. They're comfortable enough with him to go to them when they have problems. He's treating their mother great, which is what you want your kids to see.
Yeah, he also feels like though that the guy was waiting in the wings, that the guy was ready to jump in. So it's probably not that easy for him, even though he should apologize for everything it sounds like Ken is doing. He sees Ken as a threat because he feels like he's just been waiting on a time to hop into his marriage. Well, Marquez made it very easy. So I don't think it'll be too easy for him to go and do the whole thank you thing. We'll see though, because he says he wants to talk, and maybe we'll get to see that on the show.
So what do y'all think? When did y'all see the flashback of Ken and her when they first start working out?
No.
You didn't. Ken was not as big as. I mean, he was like normal to me. I think he's like 3 times bigger now, but she looks good. Y'all didn't see
So
that.
no, I didn't actually, but I watched mine
Was
bootleg,
that
so
the
they
first
they cut it
scene
all
or
off and they had
later?
It
Chinese
was
stuff.
like when they were talking and he was talking to Marceau and talking about working out. and how they met in the gym.
Let me go back.
And I feel like it may have been either that or when she was talking to her husband at the end. But they did a
Oh,
flashback.
okay.
And
Okay.
I think what she did, you remember what Kyle Richards did when she was going through her thing and she started working out? I think she started working out when her family died and he wasn't there for her. And that's when Ken came in and kind of swooped her up. So,
But if
anyway.
you see him being 3 times bigger, I wonder if he was doing steroids or
I
if
mean, he
that's really
didn't look
just
as,
some
I think it may
protein
be at the
shakes.
end, Joy. You watching it now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's maybe at the end. But I'm gonna go see if I can screenshot it because yeah, and I mean she looked. I mean her body is great. Marshall said he can leave like you. Oh, he said that he didn't have a choice. He has to take care of his kids. I don't understand some of the stuff that was coming out of this man's mouth. Like
He
how
didn't
you gonna say
understand it either, though.
somebody who ain't even your kid's daddy don't have a choice to take care of them when you ain't taking care of them? You the one who don't have a choice, in my opinion,
Hey,
right?
Latoria.
Hey, Tori
Hmm.
Bori, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I I just need to know how old he is. All right, are we done with that scene? Is there anything
Hmm.
else that he said?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. The next scene is Nell and Melody, right? Did y'all
Yeah.
see
Right.
the Nell parked at the bottom of the hill?
Yeah. I just noticed that. I
She
just thought,
walked up all them stairs and she was not out of breath. Girl, I was in shock. Like
What?
she is in some good ass shape. Look, go back and watch.
but I'm like,
Nail
that's
or male? Which
Alabama.
one is in good
Alabama
shape?
is a whole bunch of heels.
Did you
That
say nail is in shape?
Nell walked up all of them stairs to and up that hill to Melody's house. And
They
once
could.
she got at the top, she was not breathing like Biggie. And I was like, this little lady is in shape because I would have been.
They probably took a break before
They
filming
had
once
to
he got
because
up there.
go back and watch. I was like, why she ain't tired?
Mm-mm, she wouldn't tell. But why did she get teary? Why did she cry? I'm so confused by the tears. I don't know why.
I really feel like she is guilty that she wants to stop taking care of her kids, and it is hurting her to the point of her saying no to them. That she is in shambles, and it I don't understand.
Is it hurting her or
I think it's hurting her to tell them no, to tell them, look, I've told you so. I want you to stop. Because they're just now about to start putting these boundaries up. Like they've been giving, 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 and giving. And now she's like, I want to put my foot down and stop.
good luck with that?
And it's making her blood pressure go up. And I'm thinking, ain't no way.
Oh, she did say she didn't pass her physical. Well, I just don't. You know, it's hard to say no to your kids if you got it to give. I mean, I will be the first to admit that.
Yeah, me
It
too.
is, yeah. When you got it to give, and they know to go to which one they go to. They go to dad because dad won't yell. What was it? Or did they
Mm-hmm.
not? Yeah. I mean, dad, does he talk? I mean, he just kind of sat there nice and. I love Chris. I cannot lie. He just seems like the sweetest person. I can't imagine him raising his voice ever.
Does he talk?
I mean, does he? He just sat there the whole time and just kind of looked at Nell whenever she was going off. They're a sweet couple, but she definitely is the talker, and you know, they balance each other well. Let me say that.
I could see Joy and her husband kind of being the same, where she talks and he don't talk as much. Is that true, Joy?
Right, right,
yeah,
yes,
he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's definitely the opposite.
Yeah.
yeah.
So when did you see Melody's face when Nell said the kids think I should go to one-on-one therapy and I don't think so? Did y'all see her face?
Mel was
Mm,
like, okay,
she paused.
She did.
The pregnant pause. A
because Mel
long
gonna be
pregnant
honest.
pause.
Look, she gonna be honest and tell you. She's like, now, Miss Nell, I'm your friend, so I'm gonna tell you. Like, yeah, she paused so she could make sure she said it without hurting her feelings, since she was already crying.
Well,
Mm.
she narrated it great because she said, "Well, I'm gonna just say your emotional thermometer."
Melody's a mess.
Here it
Oh,
is.
somebody's agreeing with Joy. What are you agreeing with Joy
Oh
about? Because
my
that don't happen often. Help, tell, let her know.
god.
Joy,
Oh my
somebody agreeing
goodness.
with you.
Oh, you should have saw them last week, honey. They was agreeing. It's like I wasn't even on the
No.
call.
It
Yes,
was,
child.
I went on a
How the
rant
Toya.
about how uh reality TV is affected by these bloggers. They're ruining it.
Yes, they are.
That was what they was talking. That's what they was agreeing with. They're just ruining it, and it's bad. It's just so bad. It's so toxic.
Oh
I
shoot,
mean, and it
Latoya.
and if you're not, if it's not considered,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't watch all of the online fodder, it's confusing on television. Things don't make sense because I have an aunt that don't do none of this online stuff, so she be calling me about stuff. I was like, girl, well, what happened was online such happened, and then this. So that means that there are people, the reason that this show, in my opinion, has fallen off, I'm talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, people like my aunt who has been watching for a long time, she can't follow the show. Things
Mm.
don't make sense, the emotions don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so people is looking real petty when there is something else going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not
Because so much
connecting.
is it's not connecting.
Yeah, I get
So
you.
that's really the problem.
Mhm.
That's why I think that this show has lost so many viewers.
So do you think that Carlos or
It
owner, whomever, should tell, I don't know what Kelly, do you think that they should put like, what does Bravo have? Do they have like an NDA, like they can't talk about stuff?
But they do. Yeah, they
But
do.
I mean,
What
that,
I can't think of the term, but Candace used it.
yeah, but I
Um,
can't think of it. I don't think it's NDA.
obituary. What was the word? Uh, I can't think of the word, but none of them are supposed to leak information.
Right.
I don't
But
care
I
what
feel like
reality
on this
show you.
show, they leak a lot.
Oh, a whole lot. And
There
it's
she goes. She back.
yeah. And at the beginning, that was what drew a lot of people in. But there are a lot of people don't have time to be sitting up here in these groups, and then some of the groups become toxic. You can't even give your opinion. When you do, you
Uh-uh.
get kicked out. So it's got so weird. So people like me have stopped dealing with Huntsville groups, like at all.
Me too.
I've I've exited out of all of those big ones that were like Uber pro one person. I'm out of all of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, you used to be in
So
all of them. And I used to read the comments too. They were good.
yeah, I used to be in all of them. I
You
had to
did.
get there. They're so toxic. And since I've gotten out of it, and I'm just pretty much watching the show every week. I say it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. They're not connecting. These people don't look like friends. They don't even seem like they like each other. Don't nobody kiki and just have a good time. It's just heavy stuff. Don't nobody want to see that all the time. Reality TV used to be fun and funny. There's a reason why we're still doing Nene sounds on
Yeah.
TikTok because she was funny.
So
And they
y'all
don't know how
don't
to be
take the,
funny.
so this group, so Joy, they Love and Marriage Huntsville, DC and Detroit Conversations, they will block people who do that kind of stuff. So there may be one we can go to because I can't stand all some of these people. They act like they neighbor or they church member because they will fight to the death. And I'm sitting there like this person don't know you people.
Are y'all anybody out there watching this new show? It's called Family. It's a Houston business show.
Oh, that's the Carlos show.
Yes,
Is
it
that a
is.
Carlos King show?
Yeah, so
Family
Yes.
it's
Fire
yeah,
Houston?
yeah, it's his show.
I
Oh,
watched the
okay.
first episode.
I heard it's good. I haven't watched it, but I have.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a couple of people in groups just kind of passing by without reading a whole lot of
But
details.
Joy, let me tell you something. He's gonna turn it into what Huntsville is because ain't that what Huntsville was supposed to be?
Yeah,
Okay, I would
yeah.
say don't even do it. I have a question for y'all. Is Dr. Francis the therapist like Dr. Ken on Atlanta?
Wait.
Probably because they had another therapist, didn't they, at
They
that
had the
retreat,
black
or was it
lady
Doctor
that
Frank?
was at the round thing, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah.
did. They
Yeah,
did. But wait a
yeah.
minute.
You
Somebody
have to
put.
be.
somebody
You
put
have to
one of
find a therapist that's willing to come on television, and
That's
it's a
true
whole
too.
lot of people that are not willing to do that.
And I feel
especially
like you have
those
to
that don't want
find
to be
one that
scripted.
people will like. And I feel like Dr. Francis, even though he crazy, his facial expressions and stuff, he very animated. So I think he good for
Yeah.
TV. What would you think,
I
Allie?
think he,
Somebody
I
said,
think he on point.
somebody posted that they didn't need Dr. Francis. The Fletcher family specifically said they need Ayanla.
Fix my life.
They said that Fletcher needs Ayanla. This other one ain't right. But yeah, he said he didn't want to be scripted. Somebody else. Did we talk about that last week, Joy? Somebody said this doctor didn't want to be scripted. Um, and so that's why maybe he wasn't at the Texas trip or the other lady was or something like that. He was only agreeing to be on here if he could be himself and not be scripted. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't want to be scripted. So, what do y'all think
Mm-hmm.
when Melody said that white people have been going to therapy for years and it's a stigma in the black community? Is it
Mm-hmm.
still a stigma in our community?
it's
Sure.
not. I
Yes, it
don't
is.
think so.
I know a lot. All my friends are in therapy, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think a
very.
lot of people are, but I think it's still, I think there's still lots of people that are not. I think it's changing more and more every day because you get to meet so many of these therapists and stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
You can meet them online without going to the office. There's easier ways to reach them and there's easier ways to pay for it. So I think it's definitely changing. But yeah, I bet it's more that don't go than do at the moment anyway.
Well, of course, it's more that don't, but I think I grew up. My parents were both. They weren't therapists, but they were counselors. So therapy was my mother. You know, I moved with her when I was 16. She had been. She was constantly in therapy. So that maybe because of the background I come from, therapy wasn't something that I was afraid of. Um, it wasn't anything, it wasn't a stigma in my house or my family because I've known several people who have gone to therapists in my family. My daughter was in therapy in college.
Yeah.
Like it's free
Yeah.
and our
They have
insurance
counselors for
covers it.
them.
And they have
And especially
counselors.
during COVID, I know a lot of people
Yeah.
went to therapy because they were stuck in the house and they were in a funk. And I think a lot of people kind of started there. But I will let y'all know that I'm taking classes to be a life coach. And I think all y'all need a life coach, hosts, and people on here. So yeah, I'll do it for y'all. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a read.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna save my comment to that.
Because
Mm-hmm.
y'all need it. Okay. Um. Oh, so are we back? Why am I talking about Nell's refrigerator? Did y'all see her refrigerator?
Was
No, it
it
was.
white?
No, it was the kind where you could see right through it,
Was
like
it
you could
was it
see
white?
everything inside.
Was it
Oh,
organized, or did you see some
Yes, it was
infamail?
so organized that I was like,
Did she
that's
have
why I
any
can't have one of
infamail?
them.
Did you see any infamail in there, or is that just a
No, it
Heavenly's
was not like
house?
that, but it was so neat. And I was thinking, I
you
want.
talking about nails.
Yes, did you
I'm
see
looking
it?
at it right now. It is. It's clear.
It is so,
Now,
and
my aunt, I have an aunt that has one that's a big screen, that's a touch screen. You can have it as a touch screen, almost like a tablet, but
yeah,
it's not extra. It's just the actual refrigerator door, or you can have it open.
I
So
was just like in awe of her refrigerator
I'm
because
looking at it. I paused it. All she got
yes,
is
ain't
water.
it neat?
She got water, a whole bunch of waters at the not the last row, but the row that's eye view. And then on top of that, she got juices. I don't see nothing on top.
I think it may just be a drink fridge or something
Yeah.
because it was a whole bunch of drink. But
Oh
I was
yeah, that's
thinking,
all that's in here is drinks. You're right.
because I
That's
was
it.
thinking, I can't have that because I couldn't walk by it and it not be neat. And I know my fridge ain't gonna be that. I was in,
They got
y'all
nice.
know I see stuff, and I was like, what? Latoya says she has. Oh, good for you. So she could get y'all some therapy. We need it. They need it. Um. So I really think that Nell's little son Lance is cute. Do y'all think he cute or is it just me?
No,
It's
he's
just
pretty fine.
Right. Okay.
it's just y'all then.
Did he? Is he? Okay. I'm not. We'll ask that offline. Okay.
That's word.
Now, because it's about a. I'll ask offline. Did he go to jail? Was he in a mugshot? No.
No.
Okay. I didn't want to ask that online. Okay, good.
He looked
Um,
mixed though. He looked mixed.
I just think his daddy's probably light or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But he's
possible.
cute. Um,
He got
so
straight
Nell
hair.
told her kid, is this where we at, Joy? I feel like this
Hmm.
show bounced around if we back on Nell and her kids.
It may have, but I'm with you. It's the key. It's Nell's family with the doctor with the
Okay.
counter.
All right. So we there again.
Mhm.
So as a parent, do you get upset when you tell your kids not to do something and then they do it anyway and then you want to say I told you so? Because that's one of her issues. I thought he did. I thought he did have a mugshot. Okay, I thought I saw it. Okay, thank you, Tori. Um,
The
I don't know
light
what he
skin
did.
and her
He,
young
Lance
Yes,
daughter.
Lance has
I
a
think it may have
mugshot.
been allegedly maybe a DUI.
Oh,
Oh,
Maybe.
recently. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I remember
oh,
Okay.
that, Victoria. You're right.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I didn't want to ask that online because I'm not trying to put his business in the streets, but um, should you still be telling your grown kids? Because these kids are what in their 20s.
yeah.
I
The
told you so
youngest
over
is
and over.
And
27.
the oldest one might be 30. So
Stop it. See,
might be. I mean, her and what's his name were together for 20, how many years? Did he say 27 to 28 years?
oh wow, yeah, they are.
And she already had him when they met.
See, that's too old. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry. They
mean,
got okay.
been enabling them. Like it when I was listening, I was, I'm disgusted by this. We had this, I kept saying this all last season. Like, this is scary to me. This is really a perfect example of, we as Black people trying to get to a certain level in life. And we do. And we spoil our children. We're ruining our children. Like you have raised some privileged numb nuts. They can't
I
that
mean,
going towards your 20s still can't stand on their own. That's
that's scary to
absurd.
me. That is
That's
so scary to
absurd.
me. And but the fact of the matter is, I know I spoiled my child. But the fact of the matter is, after a time, your kids, even if you spoil them, should want to become independent. Like where's this entitlement from? Because I was spoiled. I mean, I'm the only child. I was spoiled, but
So
I
they
knew once I got
mama
a certain
but
age. What you say?
your mama was probably always telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that,
Maybe, yeah.
sticking to
Uh-huh.
you, because that has been a constant conversation I've had with both my daughters. You have to be able to stand on your own because anything can happen to us. Ain't nobody gonna
Yeah.
take care of you, like for real, like your parents doing. We ain't got it like that. So you're gonna have to stand on your own. Like
I
I
just
was
would
so
feel horrible.
of my daughter when she got her first job and made more money than me. Like that was a
Right.
big deal to me. Like she can stand on her own as a young woman. I just
And
got to
that's
give
a blessing. You hear me? I
it.
just don't understand how you could not want to do that because and Chris Fletcher and Neil, they do look good. I will say that. But they're getting older.
Yeah.
And you should not have your older parents out here worried about you not being able to survive because they're gonna have to like stop and stop doing so much.
Well,
They need a rest.
No.
Lance has his own company, and they've helped him with this company before. But it sounds like aside from that, it does sound like he can survive. He's been surviving. Everybody, maybe that runs their own business, maybe he goes to mom and dad a little more because he's running his business. And maybe sometime he can't cut the paychecks. I don't know. But
Right.
he seems like he'd be able to do some things on his own. Um, his
But what about the
daughter,
other ones?
his daughter, I don't know what she does, but I saw that she was working at the babysitter when Sunny, or what's not Sunny, but Stormy, the weather girls, I guess. Stormy went up there to see Nell. She was working at the what I don't know what the niece does. I've never heard them talk about her, but I know she was pretty upset last week when her grandkids wasn't included in the conversation. But I think it's
What
probably
y'all
really.
think? What do you mean? I didn't see it. So what happened?
Nell said, "I'm not giving y'all no more money. It's going to have to be an emergency, and it's going to have to be for my grandkids." And the niece is like, well, her kids ain't the grandkids. So she started crying and she didn't like that. She said, I don't have anybody else. What you mean I can't ask you for stuff?
Are you serious? How old is she? See, I can't.
Hmm. Right, Joy?
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
And it's fun. Did you call them the weather girls? I love that. Sunny and Stormy. That is
they
funny.
are. Hmm.
Um, so Dr. Francis said something. He said, I need you to fertilize your kids with love because that'll help them grow. And I said, yes, stop fertilizing them with your money and just fertilize the ass with some love because this is getting ridiculous.
I
That
wouldn't
is,
even keep asking. Is the way she yells. It's just her habit of yelling or whatever. I don't want to be yelled at. And if she yells every time they ask for something, that would sour it for me. I would have stopped a long time ago.
but they keep going. They keep on.
Yeah. And the one that cried the most is not even one of the kids. So I
That's,
don't
I
know.
cannot believe
There's
the
a
niece
lot going
cried.
on there. There's a lot going on there. So I hate that Nell is finding it so hard to break away, but they need her, and I guess,
And I
it
know
is what
Chris
it
is
is.
quiet, but he does need to be on the same page as her. And he needs to say no. Because when
Mm.
you're the bad parent, that could take a toll on you too. Like daddy's gonna do this, but mama's gonna do that. And that can be hard on you when you're considered the bad parent. Oh, she owns a CBD store. That should make some money.
Well, not Lexi. Yeah, I know Lexi owns a CBD store with her husband. I was talking about the young girl.
Who is Lexi?
Lexi is the
The one that
is
the
is the
one,
one that
yeah.
Nell doesn't like.
Oh, the one who stormed out with the white boyfriend.
Hmm.
She ain't, but she don't say she don't like them.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't say that. Who said that?
she does like them. Hmm. Should
Yeah,
be watching the show.
Oh, Kelly said.
I'm just going by what's
she
on the
don't
show.
dislike them.
What show
She
you
just
watching?
not rocking with.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about
I
Kelly, you
Marriage
I did.
enjoy.
Huntsville. I'm talking
I
about
I didn't
Love
get
and
that
Marriage
she didn't
Huntsville.
like
Okay. Just go back and look at um the
She said they
confessional
say.
right after the dinner.
But why don't she
Hmm.
like her? Something did something. Okay, we'll talk about that later. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
I hope she
She
liked
don't
her.
need. She don't either.
Oh, I do, but that wasn't on this. That was from last season. Fletcher said that he sent her Christmas, and she sent the Christmas gift back. She sure did,
Why did she send the Chris? Are
because she ain't speaking to them.
you serious?
Chris said he has not spoken to her since that dinner when she sped away.
Well, I'm gonna say this. After this situation with Kiki, and I don't want to go into that, you learn some things, and you don't be holding grudges. Unless, I mean, I don't know what happened
What did
between
you say
them
after what?
with Kiki and Tit. You know
Oh,
how they
yeah. Well,
life is too short. I mean, come on.
yeah. And yeah, I'm just gonna shut up about
That's
that.
awful. Okay. Anyway, I had something else to
Life is
say, but that
short.
took me for a loop.
What part?
The all of it with Lexi, girl.
Yeah, Lexi, she sent the gifts back. So maybe they were just like some Walmart toys or something.
Well, she did like
Well,
the car they gave her, right?
did Micah graduate?
Not when everybody else was getting Mercedes. Okay.
Well, who is Micah?
I mean, not Micah. MJ.
Who's
Oh,
MJ?
Marceau's son. I don't know. Is he that old?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't heard anything
Because
about that.
he went to the SOAR program. You get that A&M. You do that. I can't remember what the acronym stands for,
Uh
but
huh.
that's for incoming freshmen.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, that's for incoming freshmen. I took my daughter to SOAR.
SOAR.
Hmm.
Was that
Okay.
on the show or did you hear that from somewhere else?
I just so happened to when y'all had said that Tisha lost another
Family.
um,
Uh huh.
member. I
Hmm.
saw this Micah Scott had posted something and he was like, um, Micah, that's Marsau's son, right?
I thought Micah was the brother. Mike
I don't
It
Marceau's
know.
brother, like
is.
Micah, Maurice, Marceau.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's the brother. But anyway,
I,
so
what
are
is
we
this?
on?
What is? What their son? What is their son's name?
I would think it would be Marcel Jr. if he's an MJ.
Oh, okay. That's why I was thinking that that's what it was because
That
he
Micah
what
posted
he,
about MJ.
Okay,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
one. Yeah,
and
that's the
Marshall.
brother. Latoria said that's the
Yeah,
brother
that's the
that called her
brother.
that time. Okay,
Cause they all shaped like women. I ain't mad about it.
so that's the
Um,
one that was going at
But
Miss
that's his
Van.
son. That's
Hmm.
Marcel's son, though, right?
No, she just
Micah's
said
the
it's the
brother's name.
brother.
Now I don't know what his son name
No,
is.
I know Micah posted. I'm talking about MJ is
Yeah,
the one.
MJ's his son. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Micah posted it, and MJ is her. Yeah.
Is he that old that he graduated from high
I
school?
wouldn't think so.
It
Well,
seemed
how
like
old is
they just
Tank?
posted.
Tank is like 11 or 12. Tank
Well,
ain't nowhere
didn't
near about
Tisha
to
marry
graduate.
Marceau because she was pregnant? How long have they been married? That might
Oh,
help us.
I thought that was pregnant with the cousin's baby though. Was that
Stop it, girl. Get off my
okay?
phone, Callie.
I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know. Somebody is
Oh,
in
I
the
never.
SOAR program. Now that might be Maurice's son, because wasn't Maurice's son older than Marcel's son?
Yes, he was,
Okay,
and I
so
don't know his what's his name. They call
we
him Monster. I don't
yeah,
know
we
his
can
real
look.
name.
Yeah.
He might be MJ too. He could be a Maurice Jr.
Oh, he could.
Uh huh. All
Okay,
them
what?
M names. Okay, so are we on Tricia? Is that her name? And her and
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah. And he's. I think we even talked about all that. I mean,
I think we did.
he just kind of slowly put his head down and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. We need to talk man to man." I'm thinking, you mean muscle to you because it ain't gonna be man to man. He don't act like a man. It's
He
gonna be
does not.
Ken to
I
Marquis.
mean, he and I'm not, and it does bother me because everybody was. I looked in one of the groups and they were saying that he seemed like he was on the down low and that's why he moved to Atlanta. I don't think that. I just think he's just a timid man.
Did you wait? The shady cameraman though, why he kept showing his feet shaking? Did y'all pay attention to
I didn't pay attention.
that? Joy, did you watching it? You didn't catch that?
Say that
Joy didn't.
again. You know,
Did you
I was
catch the
barely paying attention
cameras?
to it.
Did you catch the cameras when at the end part when they was putting the camera on Marquez's feet because he kept shaking his foot. He was nervous. Something ain't right. I just, you know
Oh,
what?
I did notice stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cameraman put it right on his shoes. I'm thinking his shoes ain't that cute. So what are y'all doing?
Why y'all doing
It's
that?
to show that his foot was shaky and that he was uncomfortable.
And he could
This,
just be uncomfortable on camera.
yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know how. I probably put on a show, but some people when they get on camera, they get a little nervous. And
Well,
so, and then people gonna find out that he like left his kid. Like, I don't think I would have came.
Maurice.
He
Yeah,
came because he was getting paid. When she
right.
pitched it, she had already told him about it. I'm gonna give you an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to.
So do
I
the
wonder.
walk-ons like that get paid?
I'm
I
sure
don't
he
think.
got something.
I'm sure it was a conversation while they were filming. Would you be
Hmm.
willing to do it at some point? And he probably said, "Yeah,
Even if she paid him, he got something.
yeah." He got something,
Yes.
and because he's too important to this crazy story. Because his stories get more and more ridiculous when we hear it.
So
You
they said
know, I
that. Can y'all help me out? So they split up during COVID, which was what 2020 or 2021.
2020,
20,
2020,
And so
20,
I guess it has been almost 5 years
2020.
then. I guess
What,
okay, cause
what are you saying, Joy?
yeah, 2020.
yeah,
It started
2020
the
Right.
20th of March.
Okay.
and
That's when
2020.
on
Yes.
lockdown. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
2020. Hmm.
I
That's when
can't remember if it was
Marcel was
2020 or
over at the
2021.
buffet.
I just know I stopped working. I mean, I was working from home. Um,
No, 2020.
so I guess it has been about 5 years. He
Oh
just
my
kind of
God,
stepped
I ain't
away.
worked since.
That's correct. I can't believe it's been that long. This one they showed the throwback, Joy. So see if you can see it.
I'm still on the scene with Nell.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I'll
Let's
fast forward.
see. He said that, and I don't believe Ken said this, but he said that Ken came to him and said,
Check
uh,
with your bitch.
yes. Do you believe that?
No, I
Yeah,
I
don't.
don't either.
I do. I absolutely believe that. Because
Who
that's
is
how
his
dudes
bitch?
talk. Like,
Who is
don't be
his
stepping
bitch?
to me about your woman. You
Who
take
is
her.
his bitch?
But
I
he
feel
didn't say your woman. I don't think he would have called her that.
Yeah, I don't think he would address Trisha like that.
He
In no
loves
way.
that girl. Like he thinks she is the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth. He thinks she the weather girl, sunny
Check
and
with your
stormy.
bitch.
Okay.
That don't sound right. That don't even sound like something he would say. So I think that the guy Marquise is just a little nervous and wants to spice it up a bit.
Yeah.
Latoria believes he would say that though, but I don't
You
believe it.
believe he would?
Mm-mm.
You think
Mm-mm.
that she really was talking to him? I do believe that they formed some type of something. It was what she call it? What did Jada call it? Entanglement.
Mm.
At the gym,
yeah,
and she realized that this man had the goals of the man that she wanted. Because
yeah.
Ken seemed like when he put his mind to something, he gonna do it, like his body, his business, his whatever, his relationship. And she was like, "This is where I want to be. I want
So was he
access to the
married
money."
before, or
Yeah.
just did he
And
just
it's
have a
not just
girlfriend?
access to the money. It's just you want a
No, that was
guy,
yeah.
women want guys that can be a leader of their house. I don't know about y'all. This whole strong woman mantra that black women keep, we get that's
I'm
exhausting.
tired. Look, I'm tired,
That's
boss. Okay.
exhausting.
What are you talking about, Joy? What's exhausting about a strong woman? What
Like
do you
a
mean?
lot of women, a lot of people, like nobody wants to lead. I ain't gonna say nobody, but uh, if you're in a marriage with
You. Oh,
somebody and
sorry,
you
Callie.
always leading, like what's the point?
If you're in
Like you
if
won't
you're in a marriage with
you
somebody, you always what?
Who's already
lead.
leading? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you're always leading. He has no ambitions, no ambition. He was working at the theater, and she was probably taking on the most of the responsibility. That's exhausting.
Yeah. She
That's
got
exhausting.
tired.
She it seems like she lost both her parents within 6 months period of time. I
Mm-hmm.
was wondering because she wasn't clear if it
And
was
her sister.
COVID, right? It was it due to COVID, and then you know your guy next to you don't even understand no emotions. He got the emotions of pocket lint, so
Mm-hmm.
sitting there, and your life is falling apart. It would make you seek outside of yourself,
I
and
see why she did it.
you go to the gym because you can't control you know the death of your people, your own emotions, so you find something you can
Yep.
control, so you can control what your body look like, so you can get in the gym and work that out, help you sleep better, help you
Yeah.
feel better. And now you got you're in control of something. Kyle Richards did the
I
same
I
thing.
said that earlier, but yeah, she
Yeah.
did the same thing.
She
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
you found something to control, and
Yep.
then you walk away, deuces.
So okay, so Latoya said that they were married when they were 18. So the job experience very well could have been lacking. When did Marsau
Yeah.
said that he owned the movie theater?
He didn't say he owned it. He just talked like he owned it. Yeah, you used to work for me when I was at the movie. You used to work at the movie theater, like he was, you know, Time
He
Warner
was the
Cable
man.
or something. He
He
didn't
was the
mean none of
man.
that.
We
He was
all
the man.
went back to
Remember that
Kyle. Yeah, she started
Kyle
using her.
started cheating on her husband. Mm.
Well, we don't know if she was with that lady or not. Allegedly. Um, what else do I have?
Mm.
Why was did you see the picture yet, Joy?
Of what?
Oh, so in the end, he
Of
was
what?
like, um,
Oh,
are you gonna help me pay this filing fee?
That's so tacky. That's when I knew right there. I said, okay. If I wasn't sure before, he really just asked for $200,
Well, he ain't got no money. Does he have money?
or maybe he's still at the theater and they don't
Maybe
pay
he's
as
in there
much.
now.
I mean, but if he, I don't know. It just was weird.
And then she said, if you remember, I'm don't like the fact that he asked me, but Ken gonna pay for it. So I was like, Ken must take care of her.
Well, I mean, she's making money too if she's a trainer, and both of them. He's a truck driver and he's
He
in the
owns the
gym.
truck
She's a
company. Like he's
trainer
not just a driver. He owns like the company.
and she's a trainer. I don't know if she does she own the training.
I don't. I'm sure she
I don't
may
know.
be.
So I mean, they probably take care of each other, but they probably take care of each other. But I don't know. Is this a story we want to continue to see though? I mean,
Not I.
I'm trying to figure out why they're on here still. I mean,
oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
What do you
Yeah,
think
he looked
about him?
nicer too.
He looked
He looked
good
nice.
there, right? I was like, I like
Yeah,
that
he
body right
does.
there. That was where he should have stopped, in my opinion.
I just saw. And ooh, that was all.
Look at her body. Right. She
Is
looks
that
good. You hear me? She looked good.
her
Yes.
body is
Her body
crazy.
is banging. You hear me?
Is
Yes.
that her? She don't even look like that.
I'm just telling you what it looked like on that picture. I don't know how long ago that was, but when it
Yeah,
flashed
they
up,
do
I
look
was
good.
like,
They do look good.
Ken looked good. You hear me?
Maybe they can put out the next edition of Phaedrus and them tape.
Yeah, the booty, fine booty.
Yeah, first Phaedra
Yeah,
and Apollo, then Kenya and
yeah,
Kenya. They
yeah,
gonna
booty,
learn how
booty
to
fine.
dance.
But yeah, they looked good. I don't know if they look like that now,
Yeah,
but um,
yeah, they did. They look real good. He looked good
they
and
look
she looked good.
okay. Yeah, she. I was like, dang. But okay, I think that was it.
And her face looked good too on that picture. Because a lot of times when you get a lot of muscles, a woman's face looks hard. It
Hers
does.
didn't, did it? Mm-mm.
It does. Yeah, your face. It takes away the softness of a woman's face. Her
Mm-hmm.
face looks hard to me watching her on this show.
Now, but it could be. You
Yeah.
think it's her makeup?
She might have Botox, but she got a little wrinkles. No, she just smiles. She don't have Botox.
She don't have Botox. Because I was thinking,
Yeah.
because I think she does some. In some instances, she look hard, and in some of them she don't. And maybe her hairstyle too, because she has a whole bunch of them.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
That's true. Yeah.
because I
And
be
on
like,
that thing, it looked like she had locks. On that,
okay.
on
So
that.
one last question, and this is probably for Joy. When they met, and now I understand why Marsau was picked to meet with him. But I feel like, I mean, unless he's kidding, to me, he's not like a present parent. And I feel like Big
Oh,
Lou, which I know he ain't on the show no more, or even Martell, to me, would have been a better person to talk about taking care of their kid. I don't know. What y'all think?
I think Marceau has been playing up to the cameras. I think all this silliness is in. I didn't know he was allergic to so and so. I think all of that was a play up. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like he may be Martell's super dad, but I don't think he is as aloof about his family as he put on. I think Marceau knows how to play this game most of the time better than anybody on here.
I
I
always
just think
said
that
he
he,
should have been the one that was the attorney because he can talk his way out of something. Maurice
yeah,
can't talk his way out of nothing, but
yeah.
Marceau could.
Marceau, I just think I don't, like I said, I don't think he necessarily super dad, but I don't think he is absent as he kind of have been playing into the cameras a couple of years ago.
So, so they
But
did. Are you sure?
this is actually, he
So
needed
she
a
said Trisha's
mentor
husband
growing
got
up.
money and comes from a family with money. He just inherited a lot of money from his dad's death, him and his brother. So are you sure his daddy had a will and all that and they did get the money, or is it in probate? Like, do we know that they got the money? How much they get? I need to know. Because sometimes just because somebody died with a lot of money don't mean you're gonna get it.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. He if it was this money that he inherited, was it before he asked her for $200 to help him file, or was it after?
That
Or was
part.
it
Because I need to know how much he inherited and did he really get it? 'Cause it just
right?
don't seem like he inherited no money. Because even Aaron Spelling, like I said, he is one of the richest man, 90210 Melrose Place. When he died, he didn't leave Tori nothing. You hear me? This lady was living with Dean in a trailer, which I'm being a little extra. But seriously, he left her
It probably
nothing.
was a trailer, 90210, but it was a trailer in 90210.
Hmm.
And she knew it before he died. He had said, way ahead of time, no, I'm not leaving all my money to my kids.
Yep, he left them nothing.
Warren Buffett said the same thing. hmm
And I feel like
Which,
Nell and Chris Fletcher don't need to leave them nothing. I'm just playing. Them
Yeah,
kids are so ungrateful.
that's their fault. Like
That is,
that's
that is.
crazy to me. Like you talking about enabling your children. That's like you're
I don't think they're
crippling me.
ungrateful, though. Do you really think that?
They entitled. I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't
If
think your
you
daughter,
had your
you don't
own
think your
money,
daughter is entitled? We give our kids of the world. You don't think they feel entitled?
My daughter's not, because she really and truly be like, Mom, I feel bad. You don't have to do this. Even she's the only grandchild too. And even
Mm.
with my parents, they be trying to buy her stuff, and she'd be like, "No, I don't need it." Like, no, my daughter's not like that, and she could be, but she's not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jordan is like, well, you're my mom. You supposed to.
Yeah, she's not like that, and I don't know where it came from, because I'd be like, "You better tell them you want that," like for real. Cause still
Now,
to
Yeah.
this day, my
Jamila
mama
is
still does buy like all my clothes and my even my underclothes. She still buy. I'm not gonna lie, she do. She buy
oh
everything.
Lord.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong. I don't know that. I don't think they feel. I don't think they're trying to take advantage. They're probably just really used to Nell giving them everything.
But
They
still,
do need to be broken away, considering they're almost all of them are 30 or older. 27, I think, is the youngest one. So I get it. I get it. But I don't know.
but I feel like this. If you know, so it's Callie. If
Hmm.
you have a parent and every time you go to them, they scream and yell at you, like you
Oh,
said, you gonna stop asking.
absolutely. I
They ain't
am.
stopped yet.
Um, yeah, I just
Really.
because because they know probably the reason they haven't stopped because they know even though she's yelling, she's still giving out that check.
But
You
still,
know.
you don't want to hear that though, right?
No,
Right.
I really I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go. I want to do it on my mom on my own. Anytime I had to go to my mama as an adult, I went in tears. Mom, I fucked up. This, you know what I'm saying? It was never, Mom, I
Yeah.
need. It's because I might have, And fortunately, she was always helping me if I needed it, but I rarely ever needed to go back and do that. She didn't set me up that way. I do sometimes wonder, am I doing that to my daughter? I mean, I give her everything, but she's only 15.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think she knows. I think she'll know. But my daughter wants to be a psychiatrist too,
oh God, oh God.
Latoya.
Yeah.
So yes, and I feel, and I read all her papers, so I feel like I could do therapy right now. Okay,
Do you read all her papers?
absolutely, absolutely.
Girl.
Read every last one of them.
Before she turns them in or after?
Hmm. Absolutely, I read your daughters too if she want to send them to me.
I know you will. I mean, but so
I
what
sure will.
is that different? Because I mean, you're making
I
sure
don't
her,
do them, but I read them.
but you're going to correct something if it's wrong, right?
But that's like if they go to the writing lab, they'll do the same thing.
Or are they going to the writing lab?
She don't have to because she got me, and
So
that was
if
my
she
major. But
didn't,
she can go to the writing lab at her school right now,
so
and they
and
would
you're
do the same thing I'm doing.
okay, but so I think what I've learned about your daughter is she's probably going to get 100% regardless
Yeah,
whether
I
you
don't have to
help
do much
her
fixing of it. No,
or
not at
not,
all.
right? So she's
Yeah,
going to do it anyway. I mean, but
yeah.
is it you're still are you enabling
I'm
her?
a helicopter parent when it comes to school. I will say that.
Okay, I ain't
Girl,
mad at you though. I ain't mad at all.
I done wrote my daughter's whole essays.
Most parents
I
do.
I have written essays her for both of them. When
Mhm.
my daughter went to college, I filled out all her information, every scholarship she got, I did. Now she might give me like some scholarships may have required like the essay. She'll
But
give
why
me
did
the
they do it
essay
though?
and I'll tweak it.
That yeah, that's what yeah. And I mean the writing lab will do that too. But the only thing is when you're invested in your kid's school, even like when they have a math problem, if they get it wrong, you got to show them how to correct it. So I
Yeah,
feel like as a parent, that's our job because the
yes,
teachers do
when
enough.
yes, that's true.
The teachers do enough. So, and there's
As an
some kids who
adult,
parents don't even know how to help them. So you kind
right?
of free them
As
from
an adult
going to the
though,
teacher.
but as an adult, you still do it as an adult. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I'll do yours. If you go back to school as an adult, I will look at your paper right now if you send it to me.
Okay.
I sure will.
So as your child, I'm going to send you my bank statements too. Will you add to it when you see I'm a little in the red?
Yeah, if you need it, baby. Yes, and I got it.
You want
Absolutely.
to edit a book? You want to edit a
Absolutely,
book?
Callie. I'm telling you, absolutely. If you
Uh,
need it and I got it, you got it. You hear me?
and that's exactly how I am with my
You
child.
want to edit a book?
So
I will. I sure
we say
will.
that Nell is enabling her kids, don't we all do
But
that?
no, but that's not coming to you. If you come to me every dang on week, no.
If
But
you
if
do
you need me
something
every
for
now
me
and
and
then,
I'm struggling not to
and
pay
I'm and another thing with her kids is they get into situations where they lose stuff, and she be like, "I told you not to do that, and you still did it, and now this why you in that situation.
what do
You're
you
not
mean they
gonna do
lose
that,
stuff? What happened? What's the lose part?
huh?"
They lose. Did she say that? What was said about them losing
They
stuff?
have to have gotten some kind of trouble. or lost some kind of something, why else would they need her? If you
Because they didn't take it upon themselves to think it was important enough to not need her. I mean, if we're enabling them.
No, but then what is the I told you so then? Because they had to do something for her to say, I told you not to do that.
Yeah, but
And
it
there
ain't
had to
every
be some
time.
repercussions for them doing that.
It ain't
So
every
they lost
time.
something or they did something wrong. There is some kind of loss in there.
It's not every time, though. They're just used to coming to their mama. So
But
whether
that was
it's
her
with,
main thing was why do I keep having to listen to you when I already told you not to do it?
well,
That's
and
why I'm not
that
continuing
was
to
to
listen to you.
that was to
She's
Lance,
That was
and
to all
then
of them. He was the
well,
only one that was speaking up, saying she interrupted, but she does it to all of them. None of them listen to her.
well, it sounds like why would they if she keeps coming? If they keep
That's
coming
true.
and she keeps giving. So
But yeah, if my
I think,
and I will, if I have it
but
and you my
that's what I'm
friend,
saying.
I'm gonna help
I
you out. I
don't
will,
mean
but
from
I
a
can't help you
friend
out every
perspective.
time.
I just mean that I think we all do that, and so that's something that I really, really, really,
What's scraping
really
up against the
I don't
mic?
know what I mean.
have to. Maybe I'm moving because I'm shaking my iPad when I say really, 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 really. Anyway,
Okay.
I think it's something that I absolutely have to work on because I rarely say no, and sometimes I get my auntie is like, "You do too much. You do this and you do that." And I'm like, "Am I really? I mean, she's my kid. I'm kind of supposed to, right?"
I think you're
But
supposed to.
it just kind of well, then just going back
But
to
I
what
think
Nell
I think
does.
that it becomes you cripple them, like you have to figure out what the balance is, and every child is different. Every you can't, unfortunately,
So
you
is
can't
that just
do.
with money?
like going to jail and she bailing them out. Right. Like they keep getting into trouble. Like this
Well,
is not them just needing her every now and then. They keep getting into trouble.
we
Stressing
don't
and that's
know that though.
stressing her
They
out
didn't go
too.
into that kind of detail though. They didn't do that. They didn't go into the detail saying that all of them were really getting in trouble. The niece ain't getting in no trouble. She just sometimes needs some money.
Was that the one who couldn't get a babysitter and she
Yes.
quit her job and she needed a babysitter?
You know what?
I'm just telling you, these kids ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, Cat.
Yeah. Well, that's I know, but we still help them. So it's like is when things are getting overloaded, when a parent does too much, is it just with money and not so that you if you're not good at writing, but I'm going to write every single essay that you have in college. I mean, what's the difference?
Well,
You
you
can,
should not. Well, this is what I did. So in the beginning, some people don't have a good writing style. So you teach them and you show them. Like she said, she goes according to the rubric. You teach them how to follow that rubric so
Mhm.
they know how to do it in the future.
uh-huh.
You can't continue to write their papers. You
Okay.
just can't. They have to learn how to do it, and then you can start correcting their
Correct.
So
paper,
Yeah,
like the
like
so
I
then
editing.
think my
Nell can do
daughter.
it the same way. She can stop trying to give them money and let them fail on their own, and then she can
Right?
correct it so they won't do it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But she, to the point of, I guess they know that every time they fail or falter, their parents are going to be there, and I think you should be as a parent. But you shouldn't falter that much. Like you need to learn your lesson eventually. Like there's got to be a stopping point.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree.
And
I
I
agree.
think that's where they are. They're at the stopping point where they're older. How old are they? They're tired.
The youngest one is
No, I'm
27,
talking about the parents. How old is Nell and Chris? They're tired.
53.
Yeah, they should be trying to retire by now. Like seriously, they tired.
Well, she definitely said they wanted, there's other things in their life they want to do, and that's why she needs to get out of debt and get her stuff done. So
Hmm.
I think TV has helped them see they want to do a lot more. They want to floss a little bit better than they can right now.
And they
I
got
believe.
that big old house. I'm sure they got big bills.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I don't know. But I mean, I
Especially,
don't want them to stop helping their kids, but they just need to stop helping as much. I feel that's just my opinion though. But honey, yes. And like my daughter, I told her because she has to with her degree, she's gonna have to get a master's. And I said, if you want to come back home and live with your master's degree, you can, but you're gonna have to work, stack your money up so that when you're ready to go, you can go. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's
Yeah,
my gift to you.
my
I just
girlfriend.
don't think we'll ever not help them. So I don't
My
know.
Right. Oh, I'm
cousin,
always gonna help them. And my
my
mom
Yeah.
and dad is always gonna help her. Like if I don't, they will. And that's just the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I
my
agree.
cousin's daughter, she was a really good student, and she had scored a scholarship at Fisk for her
Oh,
tuition,
nice.
but
Mhm.
she had to pay her room and board.
Mhm.
So my cousin paid it. She had she's a good investor, so she paid cash. And when she wanted her daughter wants to she's in medical school now, but she wanted to be a doctor. When she didn't immediately get into medical school, she went through a master's program through Meharry.
Nice.
And when she went through that program, she did get picked for medical school. So one of the things that my cousin made clear was, your undergrad, you do not have any loans.
Mm-hmm.
It's paid for in full. She was like, well, what about this master's program? Boo, you on your own.
That's true.
You have to do what all the other doctors do and go work in the hood for 1 or 2 years.
That's true.
They will excuse your loan.
Because in Tennessee, if Jordan works for a company that's like in the Tennessee Health, they'll pay for her to go get her master's, but she has to work for them, and she'll get paid. But she has to work as long as she has that scholarship. Like if it's for 2 years, she's got to work 2 years. She can do it while she's in school. She can do it after she's in school, but she's got to do it back.
One of my daughter's really good friends, who she graduated high school with, she went to the RN program here in St. Louis. And she got her first job, and she don't get paid a lot, but she gets paid like $50,000 for a nurse. That's low, but they're paying off her loans. And
so wait a minute, I got to answer this question. I love generational wealth. I've never said anything bad about Candace. When did I say something about Candace and her mama taking care of her? When?
You know what? I thought she was asking that to Joy, actually, because
she said Mo. Oh, okay.
Is that Joy, though? I don't know.
Was that supposed to be Joy?
I just remember it seems like you and I were for it, and Joy was against it, from what I remember. Joy, do you remember?
That wasn't me.
My issue was never with what her parents were doing it for. My issue was always that she was always talking about it. Like, I would not, if you don't want people to mock fun at what your parents do, then why constantly mention it? These were unsolicited conversations. Like, it had gotten so bad. She had said so many things about what her parents do. At some point, somebody was like, well, do your mama pay for your ring too? Like, that was, Candace introduced that. I think that and it could have been nervousness, when you kind of knew, you're answering nervous and you're chatty.
And everybody like Giselle is asking, people like Giselle is asking, like, how many houses do you have, where you live, etc. If the answer to those are my mama, then that's why they came up.
But I think with Candace, though, she got tired. Like, even with her new house now, because her mama helped her with the townhouse, everybody was like, your mama helped you with this house, and you didn't do this on your own. And so she kept having to kind of defend herself, like, no. And she's married now. And she's like, and a lot of people feel like when you get married, your husband should take care of you and not your parents. I don't agree with that either. But
like, I would have never told viewers.
You just don't,
I would have never told viewers that my mother pays a portion of the mortgage and I got a man living with me.
Right. I think that was the issue. It was
I would have never said that. And that was they weren't even married then. That was before they even got married. It's just certain conversations. She was oversharing. Again, Candace, in her very first conversation with Giselle, not the second, not the third, not the 10th, in the very first, when Ashley introduced her, it was Candace that was talking about her husband's penis and what color it was.
How did it go from
I have no idea.
It was the very first.
Y'all did this, okay? Tried to blame me, and it went to Joy. Okay.
I mean, that was the issue that I had. It's just certain conversations as a woman that you don't have to overshare. It would have been one thing if somebody said, did your mama buy you that? No. If you used to say, oh, well, my parents helped me do that, nobody would have said a word. Because Katie,
I agree.
When Katie came on this show, Katie was doing the same thing. Katie's mama was taking care of her. She had generational wealth. Not one person said a word about it. It was because of how Candace presented herself.
I don't remember Katie having generational wealth.
When Katie,
yes, she did. She had money.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
I thought the money she had.
She didn't talk about it a lot, but she did come from.
None of them did.
I think a lot of them have generational wealth.
None of them did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they
none.
had to have, or we wouldn't
I
know
mean,
about it,
not
would
none
we?
of
Right.
them did.
True.
What I mean is, none of them bragged about their money. That isn't something that anybody really does. Nobody does.
How did we get on this?
I don't know. We can stop.
Y'all did this. Tori tried to blame some on me and it just went left field. But okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am going to help my child, but I don't think she's gonna feel like I have to. I think she's gonna be very independent, and I'm impressed with that. So
Hmm.
yeah. But if she needs her parents, they we come in, she needs her grandparents, they really gonna do it. They still help me. I mean, they don't pay my mortgage or my car or nothing like that, but
I
honey,
mean,
they still buy my clothes. I mean, all that. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't see anything wrong with it, but just
Oh,
when Nell, a lot that she's done, and now she's angry kind of about it, wants her. So maybe she somewhere should have stopped herself. But in general, I don't really see anything wrong with it if you can do it. If she's this strapped now, then maybe she did it when she couldn't do it and should not have. That's all.
And I also feel like even when I with Simone and Cecil's kids, they wasn't going to school, they wasn't going to class, they was still in college for 17,000 years. Like if your kids are not progressing, it's hard to help them. I'm sorry. But
What
if you see them
one is
trying,
progressing, wasn't it? And then the other one was not.
yes. But if you that's why she told him you only got one more year and after that you paying
Hmm.
rent. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, I
But it's
do.
like when you see them trying and doing things and not getting into trouble and not making all
Hmm.
these bad decisions, it's easier to help. But it seemed like your money going down the drain. Could you imagine just throwing money and it just going down the drain, being
Hmm.
burnt up in the fire? Like that's
Yes.
hard.
I
That's
can't
hard.
wait to see how those. I mean, I hope they're on TV long enough for us to know because I think Simone's kids, her sons, are so different in what they're doing. One's looks like he's really moving ahead forward. The other one is kind of going a little slow. I would love to just know what happens at the end of the school years if she really puts one out. Well, she didn't say put him out. She said make him start paying rent
Yeah,
or
he's gonna
something like
start paying
that.
rent. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it. I think it would just be good to know how that turns out if they're
can I
still
Hmm.
on by
address
then.
this?
Yeah,
Can
go
I?
ahead.
This is hilarious. She says at the end of the day, Candace got 2 degrees, 3 businesses, and still
Have
have
parents to help her.
have. I'm
Hmm.
sure her. I wouldn't even tell nobody that. That's not a good thing. You got
Why is it
three
not a
three
good thing?
degrees and 3 businesses, and you still asking your parents for money. You ain't doing something right. That's
Oh, joy.
that's a lack of
I
maturity.
mean,
That ain't no good
She's
thing.
paying for her own house now.
That's not according to Latoria. She got 2 degrees and
What'd you
three
do?
businesses, and she still get her parents help. Have we parents help her? I guess that's what she's trying to say.
Well, I don't think she needs their help. But Candace mama's always helping. You were pretty
and
much against it,
and
but it
another
don't
thing
matter.
with Candace's mom, and I want to shut
I,
up on
I,
about this, is her
I
mama
think that's
throws it in
utterly
her face.
ridiculous.
It would be
Her mom
Nobody
different if
what?
said a parent of helping out a child that's single. That's utterly ridiculous. It was what
What?
Candace was presenting.
It's not utterly ridiculous. You said it is because what?
I
What's
don't know.
utterly ridiculous?
You ain't gonna do nothing but misinterpret it anyway, so it don't matter.
But my
Joy, don't
thing
say
is with
that. That's not
Candace's
even cool.
mom,
What do you mean I'm
though,
going to misinterpret? If I didn't hear what you said, you don't want me to ask you to repeat it?
I
I didn't
said
hear
I
what you
think
said either.
it's
Go ahead.
just utterly
It don't matter
ridiculous.
because you're just going to
Because
interpret it anyway.
okay, well, so be quiet
Okay,
then.
well, can I say my thing real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I feel like with Candace, though, I would stop wanting my mama's help because Miss, what's her mama name?
Miss
She throws it in
Doris,
her daughter's face, and she put down her daughter's husband. Like
Mama
after
D or
so
Mama
long,
Doris, something like that.
I would stop wanting my mom's help if she's gonna throw it in my face. You know what I mean?
right.
I think her mom's wrong for doing that, especially
And
on
that's
camera.
her mama
It's,
even insinuated that she had something to do with her house when she was
she
like,
did.
she was just like, okay. Like instead
Hmm.
of saying you're right, like the normal mother would say, yeah, and I'm proud of you. Like
Right.
it is what it is. Her mama insinuated that. Like it was the presentation. I think she was
Dorothy.
willing to make that her storyline,
Mhm.
her first season, which is cool. You know, she because she was planning the wedding. There was a lot that Candace was trying to do her first season. So I'm not really. That's what she presented.
Yeah.
That's what she presented. She presented that she is dependent upon her mother.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. We was good on an hour, and I don't know how we got to 1:30, but we was done with Huntsville in an hour. I will say that.
She wasn't asked those questions. She presented those questions. Nobody asked her, "Is your mama paying for this apartment?" She
Oh my
mentioned it.
goodness.
Why did
She
Well,
mentioned it.
but they
Who would
somebody
ask
did
them?
ask her because that's what they all. What's her name? Giselle
Who
probably
out of
asking
the
somebody
blue
where they
would
live.
a
That's
young
what
woman who has three
Joy. That's what
businesses,
people do when you're joining a
people who
show. They
have
ask you
three businesses,
questions.
nobody, and she living with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Who would then ask, do your mama pay? She mentioned it in her confessional when she was explaining her situation. Let's keep it a buck. Her mother was visiting. Go back and watch her first
sit down,
season. Her
Tank?
mother was visiting. And in her confessional, Candace volunteered that information. Instead of saying, my mother stays here periodically for X, Y, she comes to visit a
She
lot. We
didn't
have proof.
volunteer everything,
There was
Joy.
no
Let's just be
reason for her
real.
to mention that her mother pays a portion of the mortgage.
Okay.
Are we done?
I am.
I've been done, honey. Put a fork in me. I'm done. Okay, so what is the next step on when are we meeting? What are we doing? What shows are y'all doing? Because I've kind of been out of the loop. Did y'all do Jersey Joy?
No. He asked
I
to
can
do
watch it
Jersey.
tonight and we could do
He
it
asked,
tomorrow. Oh
he
no, I'm
wants
going to
to do
dinner
it at
tomorrow.
noon tomorrow.
Yes,
He
that'll be
texted
better for
me.
me because I'm going to dinner tomorrow night. That means I gotta watch it tonight.
Okay.
Okay, okay. I can do that.
Yeah, tomorrow at 12. So I was gonna do a thing when we
Okay.
finish here so we can Jersey. It was
All right, so let's
boring
finish
me.
this up. We'll do Jersey at noon. I'm gonna watch it once we get off this call. And then Huntsville again Monday. I should be able to do Monday or
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, either one. I'm fine. I don't think I
Okay.
have no plans. It's summertime. It's hot girl summer. I'm trying to,
Is that what you're doing?
that's what I say. Hot girl summer. Ooh, ooh. No, I'm just playing. Okay, anyway. And y'all, I'm thinking about doing a Christmas cruise, and I want y'all to go. If we do, I'm gonna talk to y'all about it later.
I'm there.
A
To the
Christmas cruise?
Bahamas, December 19th. I'm trying to get all the details.
Okay.
December 9th? Oh my God, that's only
19th.
look, that's only in like 4 months.
19th.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with 4 months? You got
No, it's not that. It's
it.
like
I
how
know
much
what you're
weight.
talking about.
It's like
Uh-huh.
how much weight can you lose in
I
four
know what
months?
you're
That's what I meant. 4 months. That means you got to get on the treadmill right now and don't
right
stop
now.
until
We're
Thanksgiving.
so
Okay.
crazy. All right, so
Hmm.
we'll be back tomorrow at noon. We don't know how many of y'all will be on here, but y'all can catch the replay. Anything else? Oh, I didn't show our QR code. I'm slipping. Uh, Chatter up, everything chatter up, podcast, Twitter. We got the threads, right, Callie? Callie handles all the social media normally. Is that what we
Oh
got?
my
We got
God, we got
everything.
threads. I don't think I've logged into it since. Let me go check it out.
Okay. Well, we got everything, even threads. Okay. And then Joy loads the podcast after we do the show. Anything else, y'all?
Mm-mm.
All right. Y'all ready to piece it out? We'll see y'all at noon tomorrow.
Peace out.
I'm
Noon
hitting.
tomorrow, literally. Is that what y'all said? I must have missed
That's
that
what
part of the
Joy said.
conversation. Okay.